This semester, we'll be using a custom learning management system called ISMS. When you log in, you'll see a very clean and organized interface. The top section has assignments and grades. The middle section has different documents, and the bottom section has all of the course content modules. Let's look at the documents first, and then we'll go back up to assignments and grades. The first thing you'll see under documents is calendar and due dates. If you scroll down, you can see everything that's due for the entire semester, including your exams and all of the assignment due dates. Anytime you see an assignment written, that's the day it's actually due. So your first assignment is due August 29th, and you're going to watch the intro videos, take the syllabus quiz, and take the class survey. The next assignments due are the Prep 1 and Homework 1, and those are due on Friday, September 1st. Note that your exercises are almost always due on Mondays and Fridays, and you'll also want to note that when I say they're due by 11:59 p.m., so you have all day and all evening to work on them. I'm going to close out of calendar and due dates and go to the syllabus, which you'll need to read in detail in order to take the syllabus quiz. I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but there is information about ways you can contact me, my office hours, and our Adobe Connect sessions, information about the fact that there is no textbook, course description, topics, learning objectives, all of the grading policies are also in here, broken down by the assignment weights, and then the actual grading scales and details about each type of exercise, so the preps, the ICs, and the homeworks. I'll let you cover those in detail. There's an FAQ section, and right now there's not much in it, but anytime I get a question once or twice or something that I think might be a problem in an exercise, I'll post it in here. That way, if you're unsure about something or you have a quick question, you can look in there as a quick reference. And then if you have an additional question on top of that, or it's not covered in there, then you can go into an Ask section. The Ask section is in the assignment and grades. And when you click in here, you'll see all of your assignments laid out for the entire semester. Next to each assignment is an Ask button. If you click the Ask button, you can do two things. You can ask a question about the exercise, or you can request a different due date. So for example, if you had an illness or you're going on a class trip and you need to submit documentation, you would click the bottom link. If you just have a general question about an exercise or an assignment, click the top link, and it enables you to put a subject and then either attach a file if you have a very specific question and you're having trouble with something, or you can type in a general question. This will automatically get emailed to me, but it makes it really nice because I know exactly what assignment you're talking about, and if you need to attach a file, it all comes through really nicely. And this is the fastest way to get a response because all of the details will be together. So if you do have a question about a specific assignment, please make sure to use this Ask function. I'm going to cancel out of here, go back to the assignments and grades section, and then I'm going to go back to the main page. And we'll come back and do the rest of the assignments and grades in a minute. Help and support. If you do need extra help and support, I have my information here, and there's also some technical support and additional resources. Now you saw in the calendar and due dates what's due when. How do you find your content? Well, all of the course content are in individual modules, starting with the Getting Started module, and then modules 1 through 10. I know you've already found the Getting Started module because you're watching this video, so good job for reading through that. But the rest of the modules are laid out in a very specific way. So under Module 1, you'll see there's always going to be a module overview, the learning objectives, and then for almost every module we do, there will be prep files, IC exercises, and a homework assignment. Each exercise has you first download a start file. So you'll click on your instructor name, find your file, and then make sure you download it. So we're going to click the drop down arrow next to download, and you can do a direct download. It's really important that you start with your start file. That's how everything needs to be graded, and that's what you will need to submit. Once you have your file saved, you'll go back, and at least for the prep files, there will always be videos. So there's a Prep 1 intro video, and you click the V to begin the video. And there are 5 more videos that will walk you through all of the tabs in the prep exercise. Make sure you follow all of the directions in those videos very carefully, and you'll do quite well on the exercise. The prep files set a foundation for what's going on in each module. Then normally, of course not week 1, but normally you will have in-class exercises. Now because this is an online class, of course we don't actually have in-class exercises, but we still call them the IC exercises. Instead of an in-class discussion and working through the problems, I instead will have Adobe Connect sessions set up so you can come online, discuss, make suggestions. I can show you on my screen how to walk through some of the exercise steps that are a little bit more difficult than what you'd have done in the previous prep exercises. I'll create a separate video for the Adobe Connect sessions to make it really easy for you to log on and participate. After the ICs, you will also have a homework assignment. Again, there's a start file that you'll need to download and complete, and then submit back to ISMS in the assignments and grades section. So let's go ahead and look at where you would submit a completed file. When you're ready to submit, we'll go back up into the assignments and grades section and look next to the coordinating exercise, and you'll see a submit assignment link. So let's do prep 2. I'm going to submit the assignment. You can attach the file by clicking attach file and then choose. I think I did prep 2. Alright, here's prep 2. It will attach. You can put comments if necessary. If not, you're welcome to leave that blank. And you can either submit the assignment or save and continue working later. Just make sure that you have the assignment completely submitted by the due date. So I'll press submit assignment. It takes just a moment to process. And now you can see in the status when you've submitted something but it hasn't yet been graded. You have the opportunity to make changes until the due date. So if you realize you've submitted the wrong file or you need to update and resubmit a different file, feel free. You can do that on your own up until the due date or until the assignment has been graded. Now after you've submitted a file, I highly recommend going back and clicking Make Changes. Even if you don't want to make changes, simply to check that the file that you submitted went through and that it's the correct file. Keep in mind that if you submit a corrupt file or a temporary file or an incorrect file, that it will be given a 0. So it's really important that you go back and check all of the files that you've submitted. Okay, I'm going to cancel out of here. And now let's assume that your file has been graded, and you'll know that because you'll have a grade. And if you want to show the points, by the way, you click the little box in the upper left corner and you'll see that grades appear here instead of percentages. Completely up to you. Once something is graded, you can click View under Feedback, and you'll find that I have reattached a graded file with specific feedback and points inside it, and there'll also be some sort of comment underneath. Note that all of the assignments are laid out in here by date, so you'll know if something is missing or if you haven't submitted something because it will be completely blank. So do make sure you check the gradebook often to see what you have submitted, what's been graded, and what's upcoming. Well, that's the course in a nutshell. Please keep your eye on here and your Ohio email in case I need to make an announcement or something's upcoming or I have to make a change to a due date or something like that. Those will always be posted both in ISMS and via email. If you have questions as you're getting started, don't hesitate to ask. I'm really looking forward to a great semester, and I'm happy to work with you however you need to make sure that you can get through the course successfully.